Well, we are back live again on the the Wednesday night edition of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by the mixologist and Mr. Chemical Jr. and the champion of trivia tonight, your boy Adam McCourt in the Woods. Welcome.
What's good?
To the AEW recap show. And boy,
man, feeling great, feeling good. I guess one of the Young Bucks spent a night in the hood. I mean, I think they took him to King Drew, right? That's where they took him,
and they never saw him again.
I hope they take him to King Drew. Motherfuckers go there and never come back. they go there for work and never come back.
Roaches check in, but they don't check out.
That's our Bermuda Triangle.
They walk past King Drew and they just disappear.
There's a teacher strike, and then they fucking struck the shit out of the buck. So I'm not saying
this way. My dad is LA County medical examiner, and he won't even go pick up ice from King Drew because he don't want to get lost. That's how bad it was.
Your dad's a smart man.
He just calls DoorDash.
Everyone else gets
DoorDash. Yo, can somebody go pick that one up real quick?
Somebody call Corpse
Uber Freight the body over.
Wow.
Call FedEx.
Yo, so we're here tonight, man, talking about AEW Dynamite, and Jesus Christ, was it not so great? I mean, the main event itself, 17 stars in the Anaheim marketplace. It was fucking awesome.
Again, with Kenny Omega and some guy.
Vikingo Jr.
Vikingo.
EO del Viking.
I'm just Vikingo Jr. That's what it was. Viking Jr., ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what we're talking about, go Google it, because it was great.
Hey, he's a champion down at AAA.
El Hijo de Chingo de Padre.
Wow. That is not what I'm going to say.
Wow.
That's where
anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
You leave Halloween Senior alone.
Yes.
Halloween.
So somebody got a buckshot. Wait, we started the night with an injured buck and then ended the night with the guy that does the buckshot. I sense a theme here.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Buck is going on here. Okay?
Yeah.
But I predicted
this. The matches were quieter because there's no leg slaps going on.
True.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's also.
So we start to show off with one of the Bucks being attacked, and they go away in an ambulance. And who gets an ambulance with them?
The Undertaker. Where to, Bucks?
He was wearing fucking Godfather's buckskin pants.
I'm done. I can't talk to you guys tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
It's 8:09. It is too early for this. Oh man! But seriously though, this actually was a really great match.
It was
a really great segment to start to show off because it's blending the story we were talking about. I'm calling blood and guts right now. There's going to be a fourth member. There's going to be a fourth member of the BCC.
Isn't it the guy with that's sitting on the bed? With
I mean, we don't know if Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan, whoever wants to be this month, is going to actually be there, be the fourth member. It could be someone new.
No, I think it's the guy. If it's the
Awesome if Nero
BC,
was there.
it's the guy that is with the thinking with the large unit.
Oh, the thinker. No,
Yeah, that thinker.
The thinker. Oh my God! Don't breathe this into existence.
Shane would love that. Shane Husky would love that.
Hey, look. How did the Bucks leave the show tonight? In the ambulance. It can only be Goldberg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or Nia Jax.
All we need
Goldberg left in a police car.
Like,
dude,
Jackson!
They are the Minnesota stretcher. They will put you on a stretcher and have you leave the ring by ambulance.
Oh man, I just really hope that don't bring that into existence. I don't even want to say his name. Jesus Christ!
If you say it 3 times,
he's like Candyman. Like don't say it 3 times in the mirror.
Fuck. Goldberg cashing that fucking cheap paycheck. Hell yes.
Wow.
He's gonna trade AEW like Sting did TNA. All of those years he was there. Just fucking give me my fucking check.
Just think, we get Goldberg versus Punk. We would get Goldberg versus Wardlow. We would get Goldberg versus Keith Lee.
Oh God.
Goldberg versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh Jesus. I want fucking Goldberg versus El Fuego del Sol. Too bad that guy's injured.
Do you know Fuego? What did Fuego do to you?
Dude,
Fuego didn't do shit to me. I'm just saying he needs TV time.
In his first match in AEW, I guarantee you it's going to be Goldberg versus Serpentico.
Oh my God. Yeah, fucking Goldberg's going to spear the shit out of the sprint.
Serpentico could have won a match if the other guy didn't show up. That's how bad.
But you know what? It would be beautiful. Because what would happen is Goldberg would spear Serpentico so hard he'd hit his head on the ring post. We go back to the old Cactus Jack memory loss angle, and Serpentico comes back as who? Bendejo.
I'm done. I'm done, ladies and gentlemen.
And he can tag team with Bandito.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. Thank you for joining us on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
All
right. So the Bucks are in the ambulance. Goldberg hopped in his Charger and drove away.
One ambulance? Who's
one ambulance? Man, you know, Tony Khan is spending all this money on travel and hotels to make everybody comfortable. The ambulance budget is kind of slim, so you got to get what you get.
It's a 2-for-1 special.
It's a twofer.
I hope they're getting a fucking discount on AEWshop.com.
Wow. Eddie Kingston's driving the ambulance now. God, you motherfuckers.
Wow. I mean, since he's been getting that ROH money, I think he needs a side job.
Here's your new contract. You're going to ROH and you're parking cars.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, him and fucking Chuck E. Cheese action figures at the Walmart in Burbank, they're still there. They were series 1. We're at series 9, folks.
I should go grab some, see if I can get an autograph.
You know what? Those are some good brothers, so I can't talk shit. Oh yes.
Anyway. All right, man. So first match of the night, we had your AEW Trans-Pacific Champion Orange Cassidy, along with Sting and Darby Allin.
That's not where I thought it was going to go.
Against Kip Sabian, the Butcher, and the Blade. And tonight, I don't know what happened, but Sting did not get the memo telling him that he needed to sell.
What?
I just love that the Butcher and the Blade got some TV time. They're one of the most physically impressive tag teams in all of wrestling history.
Tag team.
Yeah, they could have mixed it up with, Demolition, Road Warriors.
Yes.
They could fit in any era. Crusher and Bruiser in AEWA. Like Andy Williams and, he used to be, what was his name? Fuck. Ah, man, he had the weirdest fucking name. Blade did. Something like, fuck, I can't. He was one of those HWA, less stature transplant.
Papadon.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was. What was the Blade? Blade AEW. He had a weird name.
It's his real name, actually.
Pepper Parks. That's
Pepper
it.
Parks. And he's married to the bunny in real life.
100%. But again,
They were part of TV Ready with my boy Black G's.
Yeah, no, but honestly though, they're. I love everything that they do with their gear, and this is like the first time I saw Butcher or Andy Williams. It wasn't from his, guitar, exquisite, work in his former band, but it was actually at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, and he looked like Big Bully Busick, and I was like, oh man,
With that mustache, right?
Right. I was like, every fucking wrestling company needs him. That's even before I knew he was a rock star. So I'm just saying,
aside from Butcher and the Blade, another one of my favorite tag teams that don't get enough TV time is the Workhorsemen. Those guys show up and show out, man. They put on.
Yes.
They definitely show up.
JD Drake, motherfucking the new Iron Anderson. I said it. Shout out to JD Drake, the new Iron Anderson. I'm calling it.
So so we had good old Sting hitting the Scorpion Death Drop for the finish. He did have in the sharpshooter, the Scorpion Deathlock for a while, and then Butcher and Blaze started beating on him, and he just wasn't selling it.
I was like, not today, motherfuckers.
I was like, someone told Sting that his character was 100 points on the video game, so he was like, "Well, I ain't selling shit then."
Yes.
He was like,
"I'm fight forever for sure."
Yeah,
or let them fight forever until they blow the fuck up. I mean,
like, you better hit triangle, square, circle like 7 times.
Down, left, right. Start.
Right. Just like the development of Fight Forever, but anyway.
Yeah,
Speaking of fighting forever, MJF is your champion, and we've got the 4 pillars. We have 3 of the 4 pillars trying to get their shot at the championship, and MJF's like, nah.
Earn it.
Get in line. Get in line, bitches.
I like the fact that, so I talk about Tony Khan sometimes being stupid and the way he promotes things. And I'm just honest on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If I like something, I like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. And I don't like the fact that WWE stands are, every champion in AEW is a former WWE guy. They can't build a company out of WWE. They can't keep WWE's name out of the mouth. World Tag Team Champions are AEW boys. The International Champion, AEW boys.
Yep.
AEW World Heavyweight Champion, AEW boys.
MLW, actually, but yeah, well.
The TBS Champion, she's AEW. The TNT Champion is AEW. She was going to be a WWE development.
Right, okay.
But she turned them down.
Fair.
I mean, so it's like the discussion we had on Monday. I mean, so you got to start somewhere. And the first thing you want to do is get eyes on the product. So that's why we had that's why we had Chris Jericho.
Leaving his shit in the fucking limo at the steakhouse, right?
Yeah.
Moxley, bringing in Punk. I mean, a lot of these guys just to get eyes on the product because people like nostalgia and you want to see your favorites, on TV. So then you bring in your other guys too. So now we're at the point where there's enough eyes on the product where you can start trickling in your own homegrown guys, and they're doing a good job of it. And it, like any promotion, some stuff is hit or miss, like the mogul affiliates. But then there's some stuff that really does catch on, and I think they're, as much as I shit on Jungle Boy, I mean, they're doing the right thing. He is one of their pillars, one of their starter guys. Putting him in the limelight where he's been. You had Christian there to elevate him too. So I mean, 100%. You're making your own names and you're making your own mainstream characters, and that's great. And that's what the business needs, because let's put it like this: Sting may not be here 5 years from now.
I mean, not in the ring.
Like Mortality? Like he's gonna meet the fucking Undertaker?
Ring. Yeah, he's gonna meet the Undertaker for real.
Wow. He ain't gonna have that match with Undertaker, is he? Is he gonna be
You
a
gonna have that casket match.
I'm a
man
stinger.
standing?
I'm a fucking little stinger.
man?
Hey, as
so
long as he
what?
stays away from Seth Rollins, he'll keep a couple of years
Yeah.
in his career.
You know, Seth Rollins is the most stiffest man in professional wrestling. Took out Sting,
I
took
thought that
out
was
Triple H, took out Becky Lynch. I mean, Becky was out for 9 months, but still, he took her out.
I mean, yes. Actually, it was a little bit more than that,
He
but
put
yeah.
her on the shelf 9
Yes.
solid months. That's for sure.
Put her on the shelf, that's for sure.
Anyway, before we go any further, let's go to a quick commercial break, and then we will be right back. It's more of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling
With
Podcast.
the juicy stuff.
Juicy.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules...
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we're back.
Yo, True Villain, trust me. Go to Big D's Barbershop. She cuts you up great. Man, great. Straight razor cuts, all that shit. She can make a zero into a hero. Anyway.
You look great.
I said that. Except for Russian pit bull. She's gonna make him a bitch. Anyway.
Bolsheviks?
No. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about this next match.
The Guns versus Top Flight.
The Guns just shoot Top Flight out the air.
Kip and
Kip and Zip.
Colton. Kip and Colton.
No,
the Guns.
it's Colton and
The
Austin.
body Donnas.
Colton and Austin. Sorry, Kip's the dad.
Yeah, Colton and Austin, the Guns.
They defeated Top Flight.
Perfect chicken
He
shit.
shot
tag
him out
team.
the sky.
However, Top Flight was sidelined, hamstrung by those evil heels.
The
The Kingdom.
Yeah.
What are they doing out here? Maria Kanellis, what's she doing out here?
You like how they were like?
I
like how they
actually
were-
think fucking Taven and Bennett.
Bennett.
Like they're so underutilized. I'm glad to see them on main roster AEW. We kind of got an inkling that we were going to get some inclination because they were on AEW with RJ City, and I was like, maybe they'll feature him, and they did. It's amazing, right? So I'm all for it. Like and that's a good veteran team for the Gun boys to kind of sit under the learning tree with. So I'm excited for a potential match with the Kingdom and the Guns.
Well, they set the Top Flight up with the Kingdom match for Ring of Honor again. I like how they were like, these guys have been feuding off and on at Ring of Honor for months on Ring of Honor television. I'm like,
it's not really television.
It's episode 3 of Ring of Honor TV, man. Come on.
Right. A 3-week feud.
Yeah,
by God.
You got one match, so you can't.
Yeah,
Eyes on the product.
It's gonna main event the Galen Center.
But yeah, I mean they're building Ring of Honor for WrestleMania week, which is cool.
And there's no better way to give the Guns the rub as a tag team than by having Aubrey Edwards as the referee for the match.
First, here we go with that.
She shined him up and put him over.
Yep. Here's my thing about what happened after the match.
Bum,
If
bum.
you've been watching on Twitter,
What happened after the match?
if you've been watching on Twitter, here, hold on, let me get the. I need to romanticize this so people understand.
You gotta read it word for word.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Look, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, FTR made their return to AEW. But not only did they make their return, they came to make a statement. And that statement was, "Yo, guns, we want a shot at the World Tag Team title." But the guns say, no. We're not giving you shit.
No.
It's nothing, motherfucker. But
Nothing.
they were like, if we lose, we'll break up as a team. Oh, no.
No, that's not good enough.
If
No.
we lose,
No.
we'll shot again. Oh, no, we don't care about that either. If we lose, we do.
You mean like a good old-fashioned Memphis loser leaves town match?
Loser leaves AEW. Now, here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Are we being trolled?
Are we being trolled?
Are we being trolled? Because Dax Harwood would have an FTR. Uncle Dax, as we like to call him. Uncle Dax said in Twitter that him and Cash had been talking, and he had just got off the phone with Cash and said that they made a decision
But they can't legally discuss it.
until after April. Now, we all know their contracts are up in April. What happens in April?
Do we
The
though?
Monday after the Sunday of WrestleMania, the big return on Monday Night Raw. Now, is FTR losing this match going to Monday Night Raw? Or is Tony Khan being the master of the stroke? I'm sorry.
Swerve, bro.
Jeff Jarrett stroking all of us. Wait, hold on, that's still wrong.
So do you mean that all these months while he's been underutilizing FTR, it's all been part of a master plan?
I think he's been underutilizing FTR because he didn't realize their contract was coming up. And Vince McMahon, and Triple H is like, "Hey, brother, you want to come back to work over here?" And they were like, "Let me start posting pictures of Triple H and I with all of these fucking WWE Championship belts." Now, the average wrestling fan would be like, "Yay, FTR to WWE, the Monday night after WrestleMania, the biggest night of the year." I say the Guns win the tag team. I say the Guns lose the tag team belts to FTR. And we find out on the media scrum that they have been re-signed for another 2 years.
Sounds good to me.
What do you think, Adam?
I don't know. Our FTR are big in the wrestling space, but let's just say they do show up in the land of the McMahons come the night after the second night of Mania, right? Do you think it's gonna pop? Like,
Yes. Huge.
really with FTR?
Yes.
This is the same crowd that barely reacted to Gallows and Anderson.
No, they will pop huge for FTR because FTR was huge in NXT. I mean, actually, they were pretty big in on Raw when they were coming out. But this was Vince, and Vince, who A, isn't invested in tag team wrestling, and B, wanted to do some silly ass gimmicks with them just to test their endurance to see how much bullshit they put up with. Sent them packing essentially. And they were like, well, fuck it, we could make more money on the indies or working at AEW before we're going to be dressing up like clowns with giant clocks around our neck or whatever. So now with somebody else in charge doing the booking and whatnot, with the Usos going to lose the tag teams at Mania and the kind of like the tag team landscape getting shook up. And most importantly, may I add, with the right amount of money in their pockets. Isn't that right, Sasha?
Sasha's bored. She's bored of this conversation, just like I'm bored of this comment right here. They can make a tag team showcase match, 8 teams, and still in her place for FTR. Okay, I state this not as a fan, but as a wrestler. FTR is the most pure tag team in professional wrestling. They're the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, the fucking Fantastics, Iron and Tully Blanchard. Hell, sometimes they're the Road Warriors. Look at them. They are a real, complete tag team. Not just two random motherfuckers off the street that they're like, yo, we should put you guys together and make you guys a tag team. FTR is the top tag team in professional wrestling. Not the Bucks, because the Bucks do a high-flying style. Yes, they do this, they do that. But when it's ground and pound, actual fucking wrestling, no flips, just fist, it's FTR. The Revival, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Okay, the Usos? Yeah, the Usos are great.
They don't have a finish that is their own.
But the Usos,
They use the super kick, the super fly smash, Samoan drop, and shit like that. They don't have a fucking anything.
Will the
That's
Usos
theirs.
have good matches with FTR? Fuck no. You know why? Because FTR is a real tag team.
Correct.
A 30-year wrestling vet here. I'm pulling the vet card, being legit. The Usos are great. They're a great tag team. They're not the best tag team in the world. They're
They're
great.
the Milli Vanilli of tag teams.
But the Usos are two singles guys put together as a team because they're twins and they're brothers.
Hey,
Prove they
And
have-
they're happy and they're singing and they're never mind.
dude, I really got to say though, I would love to see a match with FTR and American Alpha, and here's
That
why:
would be great.
Chad Gable would do wonders. Otis is your big man; he's gonna work big man style, but Chad Gable in the ring with those guys would just be fantastic.
Are they still called American Academy? I mean,
They're
they're
Alpha
American
Academy,
Alpha.
yeah.
They're a very positive, very good tag team too. You're gonna see a team like the Usos wrestle the same people over and over again, and you get burned
Yep.
out.
Yes,
We saw the
Kevin
Usos
Owens-
in New
we
Day.
saw that with the
wrestling
New Day, the
5,021
Usos.
times.
Yeah, the New Day. Yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're your feel good tag team.
Mhm.
They're
Yes.
the happy ever after tag team.
They're the end of the story kind of.
Yeah. They're gonna lose the belts. Probably back to the Usos. Or if they're smart, they'll lose the Raw tag team belts to somebody, and they'll just fucking
Right.
stay on SmackDown. Because you got all these tag teams now, and you got nowhere for them to go. Get rid of the NXT tag team titles. Get fucking rid of them.
Hey, you know what though? I mean, if you bring in
Really?
FTR, that would be a great reason to put back together the Hurt Business and put Cedric and Shelton in there with those two guys and just have a banger.
Dude, yeah, I mean, Cedric and Shelton versus FTR, that's a tag match I want to see. Same thing with Gable and Otis.
Mhm.
But after that, once you would have to do, let's say FTR sign a 2-year contract. So like what, first year, that's that, right? With one team,
Mhm.
and do a long-term, 1 fucking year long tag team storyline. And this is also a year where, I don't know, the WWE might have potential buyers,
Mhm.
right? So I don't think that as much as we want to fantasy book it, I don't think that the land of the McMahons is right for FTR at this juncture, but I've been wrong more than once.
Okay, so I need to answer this. RK Bro, that team is done. Maximum Male Models, get the fuck out of here. Hit Row, who? Legado del Fantasma?
Did he really say
Yes.
Hit Row?
Imperium, yes.
Yes.
Brawling Brutes, maybe.
Maybe.
But they're breaking, but they're breaking Brawling Brutes back up because Pete Dunne is going to be back to being Pete Dunne all over again. So then you're going with that. If you really want to throw a real pure tag team in there, you want to have some real good fucking quality matches, you put Gargano and you put Ciampa back together as DIY, and you have them face off
Yes.
against FTR.
Well, that would be just going right back to NXT, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you're taking a step back from Gargano and Ciampa, who
Gargano
we're doing
already-
single
Gargano
stuff.
already took a step back.
I don't know.
Gargano
don't-
hasn't been a success.
No.
on the roster.
Hey, man, I really do
No.
think the Maximum Male Models could be better without the gimmick. The gimmick is just what's...
The gimmick is comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they're
you know
The
what?
tag team, they don't stick. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong,
Mansoor-
they're good as an
Man-
NXT tag team. Yeah,
Mansoor is actually, I mean,
Yeah.
when they put him with the right people, like those Saudi shows where he was featured, pretty prominently.
He was
He
undefeated for a long
fucking
time.
he can
Yep.
get it done between the ropes, 100%. They've tried everything with what's his name, Mace, right?
Mace.
Yeah, he was what, Dio Madden,
Well, he's really Dio Madden, but they tried everything with him.
No,
And-
yeah, he was Dio Madden. He was the Mace, and then now this,
Marseille,
right?
yeah.
Like, when is the bloom off the rose? Like, maybe he's not, because we haven't seen any of his in ring, have we?
Yeah, they've done some tag matches.
No,
Yeah.
but like, do you remember? Well, like, what
As
was the
Dio,
finish?
as
Like,
Dio Madden, I don't remember too much about his matches. I know he fucking sucked then.
right,
And
and then now, which he's had what, 2 years on the main roster at least, right? And a lot of it was pandemic years where you weren't working in front of a crowd, so you, much like Roman, you had time to develop whatever the fuck you were supposed to develop. So if he didn't
Do it
advance
then.
in his career, yes, he's an athlete, right? But I mean, what are they gonna David Otunga him and just keep, or Titus O'Neil him, just keep him on the fucking payroll?
David
just for the
Otunga
fuck
still has
of
a fucking job in WWE.
Really?
who?
Yes, David Otunga
Yes,
is
he
still under
does.
contract to WWE.
Is he a lawyer?
No,
He's a real lawyer.
I mean,
he's
like,
a
is he
real lawyer,
counsel
but
or something?
that's not.
No, he's
not why.
he's an ambassador.
Mhm.
Okay, Judgment Day.
To
Look.
what?
Look, Damian Priest and
Is
Finn
he the
Balor
one
as a
taking care
tag
of his
team.
NDAs?
Hold on, Damian Priest and Finn Balor as a tag team. Come on, man. Let's just be real. Finn Balor
Fuck,
and
you know what?
fucking
Give me,
and Ray's kid, Dominic, all gimmicks aside, hell no.
Dominic and Damian, right? The double D, what is it? Puerto Mexican Express. Like, fuck, like, why not? Just,
Why would you do that to Damien?
what would you do with him if you don't do that?
Hey, man, he's a former United States champion.
Yes, he is. And
He's the Archer of Infamy.
Send him on the Intercontinental
yeah,
title.
what was infamous about any of the things that he did?
He was
He's a
great in
pretty
NXT. Well, I'm sorry. He was good in NXT.
He was great in ROH. He was great in the
Yeah,
other
he
thing
was
that he
great in
did
ROH.
that
He
is
was
not the
punishing
thing that he's
people.
doing now.
Yeah, punishment
punishing
martial.
people.
Most
Yeah.
prominent role. Like, he was great in the other thing.
Look, straight shoot. The best thing about Judgment Day right now
It's
is
Dominic.
Rhea Ripley and Dominic. That's it.
Yeah.
It's called what it is, man. Damian Priest, yeah, he has been great. He ain't no more.
Yeah.
He's just a big, tall guy. That's all he is now.
Well, he's not even that tall. Like, when he was working ROH, I remember catching one of the shows on like KTLA at like early Sunday morning at like 1 a.m. And I thought that fucker was like Nash's size, like 7'2" and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's
I watched the
he's
match.
like maybe 6'4", 6'5".
I
And I
watched
was
a
like,
match in Denver, Colorado, and he was on the show.
mhm.
That's Punishment Martinez.
Yep.
I'm 6 feet tall. He's like 6'2". He
Yeah.
ain't no fucking giant.
Yeah.
You realize when they shoot him with the camera, it's always far away
Yeah.
or aiming up.
From an angle.
Yeah, but he's got that long fucking torso, right? Like it's almost like Bobby Roode's torso, right? And the fucking long ass like chopstick legs and shit like that. He looks a lot bigger, which I would love to see him work, like little, not so much a main event draw, but like just like right under the fucking main event. Like he's that guy. He can do it.
He's
His
a guy
in-ring is
that I think
amazing.
if you had him work some matches with like a Drew McIntyre, I think it would help kind of get him into more believable kind of status.
Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, no longer tag team partners on two different brands. I love the Dirty Dog gimmick. Two different brands right now. Bobby Roode is out for an extended amount of time.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler can tag team with anybody and fucking make it work, which is what he's going to end up doing with Ali, Mustafa Ali. They're going to form a tag team and be the fucking Job Squad 2.0. And it is what it is. So let's go back to AEW. Let's go back because we're talking about FTR and we got sidetracked with other tag teams.
In other words, you're saying, Julian, cut the shit.
That made me so mad. I'm waiting for Renee to just haul us up the shit out of somebody.
So, yeah, Jade Cargill's in the back with Layla Gray.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying that Taya Valkyrie stole her finisher move last night, which also happens to be Beth Phoenix's finisher.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's fine. And what's his name? Mark
Sterling. Smart Mark Sterling.
Smart Mark. There we go. Smart Mark
Curtis,
Sterling.
R.I.P.
With his official logo on the letterhead.
From Creative Pro Wrestling, by the way.
Is sending Taya Valkyrie a cease and desist for using Jade Cargill's finisher.
They need to.
Layla Gray is going to deliver it to her personally, I guess, on Rampage.
But she's going to get her ass
get her ass beat in the process. So, yeah, we've got a new challenge for the TBS for that bitch show championship.
Welcome to that bitch show.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm okay with all that, but the whole cut the shit. I mean, I was like looking for Tony Schiavone. I was like, where the fuck is Tony? He ain't there.
The only thing about them pushing, Taya to work with Jade, right? Somebody's got to break the streak. And, yes, Taya is a world-traveled person, right? But this, she's new to the AEW audience, I feel, right? New to AEW TV. And I think that's a big money match. And she could be the one who ends the streak, but it's way too soon. You fucking build her up. Give her some squashes,
Well, they have been. She's had 3 matches already.
Jesus Christ, really?
She had 1 on Rampage last week.
That doesn't count.
And she had 2 on Dark and then Dark Elevation.
Yeah, those don't count.
Oh, apparently they do. Why do you think Jungle Boy is
so Scott can state, Taya's record, while he's promoting, Dana White's Puerto Rican slap your fucking wife championship, whatever.
Hey, I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna get Forbidden Door and maybe Janelle Monáe or Mercedes Benz or whatever fuck her name is. Mercedes counter for that TBS title. Or maybe better yet, you want to talk about breaking the streak? Here comes Nia Jax and gonna break her neck too.
Shit.
She's not like my scale.
So real shoot though. Look, they talk about Taya Valkyrie. She's like, I don't know who she is. She's a AAA Uranus champion and the motherfucking MLW featherweight champion. Yeah. So she's coming with 2 titles.
Both beautiful looking
belts. She fucking carpooled Vikingo to the show tonight.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they rolled together. She was like, "Can I hitch a ride with you?" She ain't bringing Johnny Dynamite with her now. I mean, Johnny Rampage, where the fuck? Johnny Nitro, Johnny LA, shit like
Johnny Swinger, Johnny.
Oh, that's the other Johnny.
Johnny Nitro.
Johnny Nitro. What they do in their private time is their own private stuff.
Hey.
Johnny.
Okay. So next up, we had comedy match of the night. I forget how this match came to be, but we ended up with Hook versus Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah,
my man Stoke went into Ron Simmons' closet and stole his old ass Farouk outfit. That shit was hilarious.
Yes. Can we get a picture of this?
He was Stokely Assad.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man. Let me see if I can find one.
He knew what he was doing, though. I mean, he was fucking his.
This was
Ron Simmons' appearance at WrestleCon during Mania weekend. That's what he was doing.
Hey, Adam, this was I sent this to Bad Blood earlier, but this was a throwback to the old Memphis Weasel suit matches.
Actually, that wasn't even Memphis. That was AWA.
AWA.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's out here in the suit, and the manager's just taking his ass beaten.
Mm-hmm.
He put him through the. When's the last time we saw a barricade under the ring?
Dude, I said that. I was like, I've never seen a guardrail under the ring that he pulled out.
Because I mean, even wrestling psychology, what are you doing? You fucking, protecting fucking Hornswoggle from coming up under? You're like, fucking Bray disappeared, brother. Bray disappeared.
For Hornswoggle,
don't know hocus pocus in this shit. They were like, we're gonna put it so Rascally Rabbit don't fucking come up from under the ring. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure somebody memed it real quick, but
Stoke took his lumps the way we knew he would.
I mean, that Performance Center, property of the Performance Center, did justice right here. I'm just saying. I was like, do they take bumps if you're not a fucking wrestler? Well, we found out.
Well, Stokely's a trained wrestler. People don't understand it. He's been trained at Creative Pro Wrestling. That's where him and MJF, we talked about this. Him and MJF have a long personal history together. Like people think, it's just AEW. No, They've been friends since fucking day one ish. I thought it was funny that he came out dressed like Kama though. I mean, he came out dressed like fucking Farouk. I was like, this motherfucker right here. And then the best part of the match is he goes, I got a doctor's note that said I can't wrestle, and I'm retiring from the business. He starts hugging the referee, and then he pulls out a fucking receipt, and he gives it to the referee.
Yeah, he said it's my
to
doctor's
the ring
note. It
announcer.
was like a receipt from Lowe's.
He said,
I'm sick.
He said, no, it was. He goes. This was a receipt from. It was a chicken place, which made it even funnier. Wow. I think it says this is a receipt from Popeye's Chicken. It says, "Wait, this is just a receipt."
Well, you know what? You know, we're in the fucking dirt sheet fucking, age, right? So he's like, oh, we hear about people giving their receipts. He fucking gave the referee a receipt. Hell yes.
And
I like that. 3D chess, that one.
Hook commits to beating the shit out of Stokely.
Yes,
Gave him a fucking capture suplex into the guardrail, bent the guardrail, went to cover him. And they were like, is this his first pinfall victory? And at the two, pulled his head back up, hit him with the red room, tapped him out. That was it.
Hey, I gotta say, it was better for Stoke to take that capture suplex through the barricade than through a ladder.
I mean, he gave him one on the floor too, which was even crazier.
Yeah.
But the big story about this whole thing is Matt Hardy, who's been orchestrating him and Isaiah Cassidy's freedom from the firm, was back there stroking all Ethan Page's ego, like, you gotta get revenge for this. And Ego was like, write the contract. I want to fight with him. So what I foresee is a contract between Ethan Page versus Hook. If Hook wins, Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy go free.
Yeah, okay.
It's so easy to see that.
Yes, I understand. But I mean, what is that worth, right? You got a legitimately broken Matt Hardy, right? How many 2 years removed from him getting fucked up by Sammy Guevara on the scaffold. And when has Isaiah Cassidy been a thing, right? Like, literally every tag team in AEW has passed them by. They were one of the first. They were one of the first. So what does Isaiah Cassidy's contract actually mean? And is he related to Orange?
But they're brothers. Secretly brothers.
Adam Page, Ethan Page, they're related, right?
One's from Virginia.
Brian Cage,
Canada.
Christian Cage. Now I see why Vince has the thing about the fucking last name things.
Yeah, that's a lot of last name things. But to wrap that part up, that whole comedy skit, that whole comedy thing, Hook is, what did they say? He's 53. No. Is it 53 and 0? No, that's
he's got more wins than Jade.
No, Jade has the most wins in women's division.
Yeah.
Hook has the most wins in men's division.
I mean, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a title unification match, TBS championship,
and
all
FTW.
international fucking shit with fucking Orange Cassidy, right? And then he was like, "Swerve, bro! Isaiah's gonna fucking come out with Jade's fucking title, and it'll be the title for title battle of the Cassidys at Battle of the Belts." Book it, Tony.
Tony probably would.
Book it, Tony Khan.
Yes, there you go. I lost both of them. I'm sorry, folks.
Is he? Yeah, I guess if you go to the AEW website, I'll tell you what his record is.
74-2. No,
not that much. I mean, he's up there. He's got one of the, and he's the FTW champion. He's been that for quite a while.
His name is Tyler.
His dad isn't going to take it from him or anything. Miss Tyler.
But okay, bets are off. Do you think Taz takes the FTW title away from Hook before Shad Khan takes the AEW away from Tony? Which happens first?
Ha!
Okay, so here's a little trivia for you.
Okay.
Who has the most losses
Serpentico.
in AEW?
Serpentico.
I will say that it's
Damn.
QT Marshall.
Serpentico.
QT Marshall.
No, it's Serpentico. They literally
It is Serpentico.
Yeah. He hit
This year,
100.
he's got 12 losses. 12 matches, 12 losses.
Who?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, right. I mean, he knows
How many
where
matches? What about Ben Day? What about Ben Dejo?
He's 1-1.
Okay.
This is a Pentadeo Express.
Butcher and Blade have won 2 matches and lost 9.
The certs.
The Dante Martin and Darius Martin, though.
At
Yeah,
30,
matches?
6-3.
Out of 19 matches, 10 wins, 9 losses.
Wait until Nia Jax comes to AEW.
Sky
Or-
Blue.
Or
15
her.
matches, 7 wins, 8 losses.
Okay.
Aaron Solo is 22-77 career matches.
Wow. What's Abaddon? Abaddon's got a pretty impressive
Wasn't
record.
Abaddon out for a while?
Yeah, she is, but still, we want Abaddon. Have her cut promos. I want her to be the one to fucking end Jade's streak. That's the hardest working, female wrestler on
Really great.
AEW
6
Dark
wins, 2 losses in
Elevation.
her last 8 matches.
Dante Martin is 80-44.
Yeah.
80 wins and 44 losses?
Yes.
That's a 50-50 record. That's not impressive.
No, that's a 66% record.
Okay, Scott Steiner.
You're welcome.
Robin Renegade. Out of 4 matches, she's 2-2. Dang, girl, with your 50% ass.
The Renegade twins, one half of them.
50% ass.
My man Luchasaurus is 72-28.
I mean, Jesus, Luchasaurus.
I mean, he's been around for a long time. He is a dinosaur.
I mean, that's it. I mean, cockroaches have been around a long time.
Can't kill cockroaches. Like you can't kill
And you
Jungle Boy.
probably can't kill Luchasaurus.
Cockroaches, Twinkies, and John Moxley.
He didn't
I would
bleed
say
tonight.
fucking.
He did not bleed tonight.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that's the next match. John Moxley versus the returning Stu Grayson.
Where they beat him fucking 2 nights in a row consecutively.
Yo,
Here,
Ortiz
AEW
is
again.
93-28-2. That's pretty damn good.
Stu put a little whooping on that ass tonight, though.
Powerhouse Hobbs is 68-22. Ray Phoenix is 77-43.
What is
QT
Alex
Marshall
Alvarez?
is 54-53. That's a real 50-50 booking right there.
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of that, we saw another QT TV tonight, and who's the blonde girl? I need to find out who the girl is
Because he's funny.
because she had the most obnoxious ass laugh that it just had me. I got sucked down. I'm here for the laugh. It was so weird. Your boy Aaron Solo is admitting crimes.
Bailey's boy, formerly.
He's like, I stole his identity. I made him lose his house, his car. Yeah, I burned his passport. Like, okay, so now you admit to breaking and entering. You stole the guy's identity. That's fraud. Identity theft. That's felony stuff. Then like
Whoa, hold up. Aren't you the same person that said possession is 9 points of the law?
Hey man, look, I ain't in possession of nobody's identity. I'm my own people's. Now, if I was going around telling people my name was Julian, if I was like, my name is Julian, here's my credit card, Julian ... Yeah, go ahead, let me buy fucking 10 TVs from Costco right now. That right there, that's a crime.
That is correct.
That's not possession. That's a crime.
All right, money, yeah. I mean, R.I.P. Shad.
R.I.P. Shad, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey, your boy, the Blackpool Combat Club,
Why are they still doing this? Regal's
heel.
like beeping the other company. Who is from Blackpool? You know what Blackpool's actually known for? Fucking ballroom
Black pudding?
dancing. Ballroom dancing. Yes. So you're the fucking kick-assers of the fucking ballroom fucking town?
Guess
Brawls,
what?
baby.
It's gonna be a ballroom dress on a match, on a pole match coming up. And they're gonna squash anybody.
Hey, real talk though, I do think they're setting up blood and guts. And I think there's going to be a fourth member of the BCC, not the BBC.
And who's it going to be?
Oh no, but they're heels.
Dude, they're bad guys.
They've been bad guys.
Bad things. They beat people up
Dude,
from day one.
Yeah.
what the fuck? Look, okay, I was a fan of Daniel Garcia. Didn't see anything in Wheeler Yuta, right? And his name is so JoJo. Like, I thought it was his real name. He actually picked that. That's his fucking kayfabe name.
You mean Bray Wyatt's gonna try and get with him?
No, fucking Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, you said his name was JoJo.
Nah, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
No, but the name is garbage. Like Wheeler Yuta. It's garbage. It's straight garbage. It's garbage juice. It's garbage juice, right? And I was a fan of Daniel Garcia.
Should have his
right?
God-given name or parent-given name.
I mean, anywho,
Oh,
but
he's
like
named
his
Wheeler.
no knee pads, fucking highlighter. Like he looked like a fucking highlighter with Beaker. His face looks like Beaker, right? And he had the fucking whatever with the damn. He looked like a fucking Taker from Suburban Commando.
But he's
got the fucking
weight
body,
champion.
right? And then, right, he actually wears fucking tights and gets with Regal, and has
They
that was
jumped him in.
I think that peaked. That was peak Wheeler Yuta when he was trying to prove to fucking Regal that
Oh, you mean
I can make it in the fucking.
jumped him in?
I can make it
Yeah.
in the fucking BCC, baby.
Because they jumped him in.
It's like blood in, blood out, bro.
But it's we're done here, right? Garcia and fucking Yuta are interchangeable. I could not see either one of their matches or every one of their matches and not give a shit. It won't move the needle. Like, they're not stars,
But that's why they're in the BCC.
Daniel Garcia like this.
I
What the
hate
fuck?
that. I
Who does
fucking
that?
hate
And Yuta, like, no, man. You got Beaker with an attitude, and yeah, it's not good. Can we?
What I will say is this, though.
Can we move on from Wheeler Yuta?
They're giving Willie Yuta personality by making him a heel. They gave Daniel
Are
Garcia
they?
personality by putting him with.
Weren't him and Claudio just doing the fucking crab dance?
I mean, they were. No, they're beating the shit.
Right, and that's oh yes, that's fucking heel heat.
You say the
Yeah, that
crab
would have
dance?
fucking had batter acid, thrown on you in the fucking 70s. That would have had your tires slashed. That would have been all the fucking good girls wanted to go with Wheeler Yuta because him and Claudio fucking doing crab dances on the damn entrance. The fuck? Just saying. Come on.
Well,
We're
the
past.
BCC are heels now.
They're heels, pal.
They're heels, damn it.
We had a interview in the ring with Adam Cole, and I gotta say,
Baby.
I want to see Adam Cole wrestle.
No, you don't.
I don't care about him coming down doing an interview every time he wants to talk about something. I rather him just get in the ring and wrestle. That's what he's best at. But what really annoys
His
me,
fucking promos are fucking amazing.
no. But it's not his promos that bother me. What's bothering me is that he's coming out hyping up this stupid ass behind the scenes AEW reality show, and I personally think it's fucking bullshit. So
Is it? Is it really?
they could have gave Ring of Honor an hour of TV they're going to waste.
Yeah.
That's an hour of TV they're going to waste.
They could have done what?
They could have gave Ring of Honor that hour of
Here's
TV.
the thing: they're not even fucking watching damn Rampage, right? So why is TBS going to give them another hour of fucking wrestling they don't watch? At least give them the fucking behind the scenes of the one show that they do watch.
Oh wait,
right?
There's another show coming though.
What?
There's another show on another Saturday show.
What do you mean a Saturday show?
AEW is going to have another Saturday show. And the Saturday show is going to feature.
Is this a one-time deal or is it forever?
No. They're having a show on Saturday at 6:05 on TBS.
Okay, well, I mean, that's one way.
It's called like Saturday Night Explosion or some stupid shit.
Okay, well, Express Rampage Explosion. That's usually, that's I guess Tony Khan's sex life in a I don't know, paper bag. I don't know, but anywho,
Bag.
yeah. Why? I mean, that's one way to get rid of the criticisms of having an inflated roster. If TBS is gonna fucking pay those rights fees, fuck it, do it. Have fucking an AEW show all damn day. Fucking Tony Khan and his coffee gonna be jittering. I mean, I just watched the fucking Phil Spector, 4-part documentary on Showtime.
Yeah.
There's a striking, like, I guess, I don't know, ambiance, similarity of Phil Spector and Tony Khan, and it's unsettling. I'm just saying.
It is there.
I'm just saying. Wall of Sound versus Wall of. I don't
remember
know.
Tony Khan used to be the nerdy guy with the glasses and short, nice cut hair and the suits.
Yep. Now he's a boss.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
Boss.
Welcome to pro wrestling, Tony Khan.
The boss. Yeah, never mind.
Then we get to the main event
of the evening.
Whoa. We're not going straight to the main event.
Why?
Match.
First, we had Tony Storm versus Sky Blue.
That's tired.
Yes, they did.
Match. Let me point this out. The girls came down wearing the same gear. Why did it take Rio and fucking Willow Nightingale 5 minutes to come save the Sky Blue getting her ass whooped? Rio's music had to hit, and she comes running out of the ring, swinging her fucking pipe. Like
the pipe was bigger than her. I thought it was going to topple over. That's usually what happens when you put something heavy on something that is light.
That's what she said.
I'm so over this feud already. Look, either you're going to give us fucking Mercedes money or just kill the gimmick.
Money. Yeah.
Whatever's going on
money.
now. Like, Tony, let me tell you this, Tony. You screwed the pooch. If you were going to bring Mercedes in, you should have did that shit to fucking Inglewood Forum. I'm not going to say the Kia Forum. At the Inglewood Forum.
Yes, the Fabulous Forum.
The Fabulous
Madhouse on Manchester.
Man.
As the great Stagger Lee Marshall said.
Not that fucking Korean church it was, or Jerry Falwell's fucking Fallen Kingdom, whatever.
And we're
that shit.
The Faith Dome.
The Faith Dome, yeah.
Yeah, fucking Fred Price.
Not that shit. It's if I'm hurting someone's feelings, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I just fucking
I'm from LA, man. I can talk that shit.
I saw fucking, Fred Price of the fucking Faith Dome's hair on Mercedes Moné, and I can't fucking erase it in my head.
Exactly.
Thank you, Bad Blood.
Exactly. I just totally messed your night up,
Wow.
He's gonna go to bed. He's gonna roll up, look at his wife, and be like, "Oh my god, the hair." She's gonna be like,
hey, Adam, to answer your question, Abaddon is 38-3.
See, I'm just saying, Abaddon for everything.
No.
Abaddon versus not
39-3.
Abaddon versus Omega. And Omega leaves fucking everything. Wrestling.
I remember when we first started doing this podcast, they were like a bad news. I'm like, no, it's Abaddon. No, it's a bad news.
Jade Cargill is 54-0.
Jade Cargill, I don't give a shit. Okay, she's a female Goldberg, which doesn't mean shit to me either.
That's right. Coming to stop her.
So this main event, what the fuck? I watched 2 hours of Dynamite, and this was the best 2 hours I've watched. Right from the gate, Vikingo was like, yo, fuck you, Kenny. Dive right at Kenny. Kenny was still walking in the aisle. Boom. This match, amazing. Vikingo.
I wish they would have fucking talked about
you know what? I really got to say, like, maybe this was going through his mind. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But for all the people online who are like, who is this guy? What's he doing here? He came out and he was like, this is who the fuck I am.
Yep.
And we have a match because we together can do this. This is the kind of match we can put on. And so, win, lose, or draw, he still had TV time. He put on a good match. People are going to remember him. And somebody might be like, oh, man, let me go check out AAA. Let me go see this. And for anybody who is
ECW.
a fan of AAA, they're like, oh, that's my dude.
Okay, I understand that, right? But unfortunately, right, right now, I mean, for a wrestling fan, it's great. But the most commonly traded commodity is a great match. There have been more great matches
Oh,
in the
yes.
time that AEW has existed and Triple H has taken the book and the reins, that guy of the WWE, right? So with that being said, right, having this is a main event of your main show once a week on TV, right? And there's no build up, no storyline at a time where every fucking like literally there's great matches on Dark Elevation, Excursion, and Beyond, or whatever the fuck they call it, right? Not commentated by Big Show or Taz or whatever the fuck the sockface guy is, right? So with that all being said, right, to have a main event spot against a former champion on your best TV, your highest rated TV, I think it's a farce. And you think that people are going to remember Vikingo for a good match? Yes. Up until the next great match that happens next week,
Yes.
or on Rampage.
But
Like at that taping, it's probably not even going to be the best of the match. It'll be the second best match because they take Rampage the same day. So if you're wherever the fuck that AEW was tonight, when you leave after the Rampage taping, because spoiler alert, they tape it on the same night on most nights, right? You're probably going to, the Forum, right? I can't even remember the main event because all I remember is fucking Willow Nightingale fucking dropping the shit out of fucking Anna Jay. That's all I remembered. So that's what I'm saying. You did a disservice to Kenny Omega, who is the fucking, conqueror of belts, right? And I'm not an Omega fan. Haven't been one for a while. Like since his shit with Okada. And we found out that it was really Okada was the fucking genius behind that match, right? This motherfucker can't film a fucking death match. This motherfucker can't film his V-trigger that looked like it would kill a motherfucker in Japan.
Yeah.
But he can't do that. But he's an EVP. Okay, the bloom is off the rose, Kenny. Like, you've delayed the fucking game. You've delayed whatever the fuck is supposed to happen with AEW in your absence. So just move on, right? And you did a disservice to Vikingo, who is AAA biggest commodity right now. So you did nothing to further your guys' relationship with him other than giving him a top spot. But guess what? Next week, somebody else is going to get – Nick Gage is going to get a fucking spot. Whoever the fuck, Gringo Loco is going to get a fucking spot and have a great
shit on Gringo Loco. That motherfucker is legit.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. So if you're going to watch next week's match with fucking, Omega or the fucking Bucks, if they come out of the 2-for-1 ambulance and shit like that, well, guess what? You're going to forget the El Hijo Vikingo match. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there should be more story. There should be build-up. We should have gotten vignettes of him, like a fucking package before the match to tell us who Vikingo is. And that's my problem.
So this is the discussion that we had a few weeks back. AEW is good at putting on great matches. And by great matches, I mean that one off or two off or three off. Just let's put these guys together and let them put on a great match. WWE, on the other hand, is all about the stories and the vignettes and the build-up. And that's why the bloodline is done so well. That's why you get all these packages. For example, everybody's been talking shit about Brock versus Omos, but they did a phenomenal packages Monday doing the fucking tail of the tape. And so WWE does the build-up to the story, no matter how shitty the story may be. But AEW doesn't really tell much of a story. I mean, you get the occasional story for like the one they had for Wardlow and his dad, and and how his dad, he grew his hair like his dad, and Joe, you cut off my hair and now I'm pissed and all that. They had the Hangman story, which has just been just a long told story. But AEW
and
is
it's going nowhere because nobody cares, and
what their fan base, that's what they're catering to. Because you're right, the fans are going to be like, "Oh my God, AEW put on the best 5-star match tonight." But like most wrestling fans, they're not going to remember.
Let me put it to you this way, in most basic, simple fucking terms. AEW is DC. WWE is Marvel. What AEW does in 3 weeks, to tell a story within 3 weeks, that the WWE has done in 17 fucking movies.
Yeah.
That's simply what it is. Wrestling fans are always divided. WWE, oh yeah, they have better storylines because the WWE takes their time. Bray Wyatt, take your time.
God.
That
Jeez.
storyline took so long, I forgot he was even there.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes taking your time, and then sometimes hurrying the story on, there has to be a happy medium.
Right.
AEW does a happy medium because they hype a match because they're like, okay, next week we have Julian versus Adam. Oh my God, it's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match. The week before, they'll do a little bit of something. So the fans are like, because wrestling fans, they instant gratification. They're like cup of noodles. 3 minutes and that shit's done. They want it.
Right.
They don't want to build fucking chicken parmesan where it takes hours and shit like that. They don't want twice baked potatoes where it takes fucking 2 hours. They want it now.
Parmesan if you're vegan. Shout out to vegans.
They want it like right now. You know what I'm saying? So wrestling fans want this match right now. The Omos Brock Lesnar thing, when people saw that shit online, they were like, what the fuck is this? No build up, no nothing. This shit just came out of nowhere. And then last we were talking about, we have been joking about it for months. It's been a running joke with us for months. But when that shit was announced, I was like, and we know they watched this show because one of the producers watches the show. I know that for a fact. I laughed. And I was like, they're really putting this fucking match on. And we were like, yeah, it's going to be a 7-star classic and the Compton swap meet. It's going to be a 10-star banger in Anaheim Marketplace. Like, we're making fun. We're making jokes and shit, right? But when they put that tail of the tape together and they put that package together, I was like, shit, this might be fucking interesting. And the last time I made fun of Omos having a match, they were in the Saudi desert, and that shit was good. I'm not gonna lie.
The first Omos match or appearance that I saw was during the pandemic in a fucking dumpster, wasn't it? Him and the fucking, wasn't he the giant ninja of
He was the giant ninja, yes, he was.
yes, of what's his name, Tozawa and what have you. But yeah, like honestly, Vikingo, Hio de Vikingo, for what he is in terms of the world stage, he should have gotten a bigger fucking build-up than Omos, right? So I'm just saying, this is where AEW does its wrestlers and its fan base, and it basically cannibalizes what could be a growing fan base by not introducing who the fuck, like, why these people are a big deal. They assume that you watch the fucking BTE, the Being the Elite. They assume that you watch everything, right? And again, if you're a wrestling fan right now, there's there's almost about 40 hours of original programming between whoever you decide is the top 3 companies, right? If it's AEW, WWE, either Impact or Ring of Honor interchangeable, right? And New Japan. New Japan in itself is 5 fucking hours. My goodness. They just had the New Japan Cup. A shout out to the former LIJ member and the former Great Muda guy, but Sonata,
Great Muda guy.
Yeah, he was the Great Muda guy or protege in Impact.
Oh, yeah,
right. But he was the Great Sonata, right? But yeah, I mean, there's almost 40 hours a week of content, and then to say that everybody watches that or just assume that. You're cannibalizing what could be a rabid fan base. Think about the excitement we all had when AEW was announced, when those, pictures came across the Elite's phones on that one episode of Being the Elite, when all of them walked away from New Japan, right? The excitement that we had during that first press conference, and it's dissipated, and it's not. You know what? It's everybody from the Bucks, from the Elite to Tony as well as guys like Jericho, right? Where they think everything they do is great, and it is to an extent, but it's not always, right? And namely, winning the first title, right? And then leaving it in a limo where you go eat a steak and getting it stolen. One, right? And something similar happened to the Ring of Honor title when Jericho had it as well, right? Then, what's another thing? The fucking death match that really wasn't, and it made the AEW the laughing stock of the wrestling world, right? One of the worst things. If wrestling at large had a Razzies award, that would be the fucking kicker. That would be the Razzie Hall of Fame within hours of its airing, right? And you can't film a fucking V-trigger. Like, we need to have long-term storylines in AEW, but I don't think the brain trust that are capable of doing it.
Well, you know what? I do believe that AEW has done some long-term storytelling, and it has to do with the Bucks and Kenny Omega and Hangman Page and these guys. But like you're saying, the amount of content that's available. So you have Dynamite, you have Rampage, you have Dark Elevation, you have Dark, and then you have Being the Elite online. I mean, some of the stuff is in place so that some of your more rabid fans can be like, oh, I know more than this guy because I watch all the content and I don't watch this WWE. As far as wrestling content goes, there's more hours of wrestling on TV right now than I think most people who have a job and responsibilities could possibly enjoy or possibly have the time to watch. So you kind of pick and choose. We talk all the time how good a show Impact is, but people either A, don't have the time to watch it, or B, take the time to try and find it. And now you're talking about Ring of Honor Club, and then you have your New Japan show online. I mean, there's a lot of content out there to absorb. So a lot of these stories are being told, but some of it, like with regard to Hangman Page and the Bucks and whatnot, and them having BTE, is subtle, long term that people just kind of, you kind of forget over time. Every now and then you get a reminder, like, oh yeah, they're not as heavy-handed as WWE with the flashback packages, where it's like Michael Cole saying, "Remember 2 years ago tonight, we saw Omos and Tozawa teaming up, as Omos was, was the giant ninja, and Tozawa was also a ninja, and now they're back here supporting each other as a tag team." Because otherwise people will be like, why the fuck are Tozawa and Omos wrestling together? Or why are they here? So you don't get a lot of that in AEW. And, like Bad Blood said, it's like DC and Marvel. Marvel is notorious for spoon feeding pablum to their audience, while DC had the much more Zack Snyder, I should say, had the long form storytelling that you kind of had to sit back and watch and kind of pay attention to in order to appreciate the full story or the big picture being painted. So each one, when we say that each wrestling promotion or each wrestling is kind of catering to a certain taste, that's exactly what they're doing. And they're catering to a certain audience that likes things served up a certain way. I mean, you can get hash browns at both Denny's and Spires, but you may not necessarily like the ones you get from Denny's versus the ones you get from Spires. Still hash browns.
It's still hash browns to me, damn it.
Still hash browns to me, damn it.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. For your boy Adam Woods and the guy right there to the right, Mr. Chemical Julian. I'm with the franchise, and we'll see you guys on Friday for another round of WWE and AEW action. The Friday night fights commence. But I do think that Julian and I are going to sit down and do a
predictions
2K23.
Oh yeah,
GMO right. Baby. Where I currently lead.
Shane O'Mac.
I currently lead 9-0 winning.
I should say Shane O'Husk is going to hook us up.
Shane O'Husk. Your boy's in the lead 9 weeks in a row to nothing. WCW has fallen to WWE Monday Night Raw yet again.
He has more fans, but I got more money. Just call me ATM Eric.
Oh, he's back.
He has more money because I spend my money wisely. You got stars. Well, this guy got Roman Reigns. Who
Spin
can't
it how
get,
you like, Vince. Spin it however you like.
You got Roman Reigns who can't get more than 2 stars in his match.
That's
I'm maxing
legit.
4
That's a
stars,
shoot.
baby.
How's that different than regular?
You would have thought that I was booking this shit.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. We'll see you guys on Friday.
Later.